Now it's going to be very exciting here. KZ is back out for its final, and it's going to be very interesting. Now, I wonder if there was any issues with the final results, because we're seeing Lucas Ellingham, who will start from pole position, from Sam Ward in second. It was Miles Murphy in third, from Jake Weston and James Beecroft. Jake Baker and Hannah Lang from Sylvanas Kilmass, from Jed the Friend, Lou Robson, Bradley Calder, Bia Phillips, Ben Ballou, James Harvey, George Barker, Jason Baker rounds out your row 8. And on the final row is Tom Mack and Bailey Wigglesford, who rounds out your row 9, as Chris Causer joins me back in the commentary box. It's going to be a very exciting one, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we get on in this final with the KZ, and of course the standing start. As you can see when we look at the back of Hannah Lang's kart there, as with all the others, everyone is on slick tyres now. It is pretty much a dry track. Just watching trackside a few moments ago, a lot more grip on the circuit compared to the heat races, and at the moment those forecasted rain showers appear to be bypassing us for the time being at least. Let's hope that is the case for the next hour or so, for the remainder of the race meeting, because the track is starting to really come to the drivers now. One driver on the infield there, that's the 26 of James Harvey, I think.
So not the best start to the final he would have wanted. Now, it's going to be very interesting for these drivers. Of course, they've got to try and warm up their slick tyres. They have the privilege of doing 2 laps to do this.
There's another driver pulling in, the number 19 there, Bradley Calder. Just saw him off the screen. There is the number 26, dragging the cart back onto the track. Then if he's going to try and bump start it, maybe.
Yeah, I think he might try and get that going. Obviously, he can't have any help from the marshals, because the second the marshals touch the cart, that's him out of the race. So it's going to be very interesting. Of course, yeah, the slick tyres on a cold track, this is going to be very hard for these KZ drivers. They've got to try and generate as much temperature as possible. As you can see them doing their practice starts, so trying to get that biting point right on the clutch. They have a hand clutch that they release. And obviously on the other side of the steering wheel is their gear lever. Now this is going to be very interesting. Oh, the number 26 could not get started, so he will not be starting the race. Unfortunate that.
Got 2 carts out of the race then, at least, because Bradley Calder is also pushing his car just off the side of the camera shot there, back to the paddock. He's out of the race as well, so trouble at the start here for 2 of our competitors at least. And, well, Lucas Ellingham sitting on the money spot there on pole position, although Sam Ward will certainly be a tough competitor. He certainly can't write off Miles Murphy and Jake Weston either on the second row of the grid as we wait for the grid to form. The last driver in position now, all the time adding to the tension at the front here, but we are ready to go. The lights are on. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4 red lights are on. Wait for the lights to go out. And we're away. Good start there from, oh, brilliant, from number 19. Ellingham's really faltered on the pole.
Ooh.
But, oh, there he goes, keeps his elbows out. But look at that, down the inside for the number 5. Fantastic start there for Miles Murphy on the first corner.
Now, really bad start from Lucas Ellingham, who dropped to 4th at the first corner. Now, I wonder if that was a bad start that just led into not getting momentum going into turn 1, but Miles Murphy has had a brilliant start and leads the way from Sam Ward, who's there in second, or is he, because Jake Weston might have a look for second place. It's going to be a very interesting battle. Miles Murphy, who has not been at this circuit for a while, or Wonder Baker.
96, Jake Baker, I think, in trouble. That's on the Dan Weldon corner at the top of the circuit.
So issues there for Baker, and he's hopefully going to try and get that one going. As they come round turn 1 through the Willow section, these drivers are still going to be trying to warm up those slick tyres, as Lucas Ellingham is now getting pressure from James Beecroft. As you can see on your screens, the number 72 there, that Sodi car, as they come round the Dan Weldon corner. There was a slippery surface flag out, plus that yellow flag.
So the Dan Weldon corner, yeah, there's still the yellow and red stripe flag out, indicates trouble there for 72.
Bit James Beecroft there getting a bit sideways, and I wonder if he got onto the back of Lucas Ellingham, and just a little mistake there really cost him out there. There's Lucas Ellingham on your screens. He's a very dominant X30 and Rotax driver. He's now learning his craft in KZ. But at the front, Sam Ward is there on that MS car. He's going to be trying to find some way past Miles Murphy. Now, Miles is a seeded driver, and he's not the easiest driver to get past. He's a very experienced KZ driver, has driven these karts for years and knows all the bits behind it. Let's see what happens then. 7 minutes left on the clock. Here we go. Sam Ward might have a look on the inside of Miles Murphy. Will Jake Weston have a look as well? Oh, he nearly got there, but it wasn't enough. He's all sideways trying to get out of the corner, but Sam Ward has done it.
And look further behind here, because Lucas Ellingham, after that bad start, he had a bad couple of laps there, just seemed to be off the pace, but he's found his momentum once again and slowly catching up with the chasing pack. He's 2.5 seconds adrift of the leader right now, but he could yet be a factor in this race. There he is, with the number 18 of Bo Phillips right on his tail here as they make their way through the final corner. And these two desperately trying to get involved with the leaders. The top three have broken away somewhat now. But fourth and fifth here, Ellingham and Phillips trying to close.
Oh, Sam Ward's got a problem.
Is in trouble.
Oh, unfortunate for Sam Ward, and that's him out. The leader is out of the race. You cannot write this. This is unseen in KZ. Miles Murphy will now take the lead back with Jake Weston into second place. Lucas Ellingham will now get back onto the podium. But what on earth has happened to Sam Ward?
Some kind of mechanical trouble there, it would seem. He just pulled off to the side of the circuit. And now Jake Weston is in the lead from Miles Murphy. This is all allowing Lucas Ellingham and Bo Phillips to close back up again. So here they come down to the first corner, and it is still your number 5 leading. Number 5 not showing on the timing charts here, so I'm sure they will add that in manually later on. But it is the number 5 in second place, as you can see on your screens here. But look out for Lucas Ellingham and Bo Phillips. They could still be a factor in this race as they make their way through the Dan Weldon corner. Another kart there, Zolvinas Climax kart, is in the tyre barriers there. Waved yellows on the approach to the Dan Weldon corner because of those karts on the edge of the track. So no overtaking there, but look at Ellingham here. He is right with the leaders now, just breaking away from Phillips slightly. And this is turning into a three-way fight for the lead as Jake Weston holds on to the lead. Miles Murphy now reinstated into that second position on the timing charts, and second, of course, on the track. Keeping the pressure on the race leader. Still Ellingham closing up all the time here.
Race leader has got a under investigation flag, so I wonder what has Jake Weston done in those last couple of laps to get himself a warning. It's going to be interesting to see the final results. Now, of course, we have to say all these results are provisional until the post-race inspection, plus any incidents that will be investigated after the race. But here we are, a four-way battle now for the lead. Bo Phillips, who I don't believe has ever won a KZ race, neither has Lucas Ellingham. As they come down to the Dan Weldon complex, Miles Murphy and Jake Weston have both won KZ races respectively, but this might be the new charge in the 2025 season. Lucas Ellingham or Bo Phillips, this could be a brilliant way to start off their campaigns. Oh, very close there
from Miles Murphy into the Kestrel corner. That could allow the advantage here for Ellingham and Phillips to make their way down the straight once again. Race leader pulls away slightly, but down the inside goes Phillips on Ellingham, and just about makes the move. Yes, he does. Had to be very quick on the kart, on the positioning there to make that move stick for third place, but he does so. Ellingham drops to fourth momentarily, but trying to fight back. There are still waved yellows going into the Dan Weldon corner, so no overtaking here. And now back under greens as they make their way down towards Kestrel corner, and it is still Jake Weston, number 7, that leads the way. Miles Murphy, 5, in second position. Bo Phillips, as Ellingham dives down the inside, they bang wheels, and Ellingham makes the move stick. A little bit of contact there, but should be okay, I think. Ellingham back into third and still charging to try and get with the leaders.
Well, both drivers kept running there, so I think they will allow that one, but that was very late on the brakes from Lucas Ellingham, using those front brakes and rear brakes to get the car stopped.
I've just noticed, actually, Charlie, as well, they have pulled in the yellow flag by the looks of things on the... it is... back wave yellow again. There's a kart off the circuit on the top of the Dan Weldon corner, just trying to see who that is. So more trouble in this KZ final, and still the top 4 making their way through. Any one of these 4 could yet win this one. Murphy still keeping that pressure on in second place. Jake Weston holding on to the lead. Ellingham and Phillips still charging.
I wonder if that was Jed the Friend who has gone off at the top. Yes, it is. So the number 16 kart off at the top, so they won't be able to overtake through this sector. So they'll have to wait until the last sector. They're really close to each other, so they're going to try and sort off some opportunity for an overtake. It's really Jake Weston's race to lose and the others to win. It's going to be very interesting. 2 minutes left on the clock, plus that additional lap. We're going to have 4 or 5 laps left of racing here as we go down into turn 1. This is going to be very close between Miles Murphy and Jake Weston from Lucas Enningham and Bure Phillips. Your top 4, and the top 4 that could... Well, everyone has an opportunity to win this race here.
I think it's a little bit tactical at this stage because you have still got a couple more laps to go in this one. It really isn't worth going for an all-or-nothing move at this stage. Everyone's just got to stay in this pack, stay in the lead group, because it would be very easy to make a mistake and drop out of contention here, but it's all very tight and very close at this stage. Everyone's staying close together as Phillips has a peek on the outside, coming out to the final corner, trying to go for the move on Ellingham on the outside, but he don't think he'll have the track position there. No, Ellingham holds on, but they do drop behind ever so slightly from the top 2. I think it's going to be very important for these 4, especially for the 3rd and 4th place drivers here, to stay together, stay with the leaders here. Looks like the yellow flags have gone in now. They've removed the stricken cart from the side of the circuit, so we are under a full green flag for the whole of the track here. And still Jake Weston holds on for the lead. Miles Murphy just biding his time here. Can he make a move? The clock ticks down. We've got 41 seconds on the clock here, so it'll be 2 more laps to go, I think, after this, unless there's any sort of real trouble on this lap. And it's still very closely poised here. The top 4 staying together with 2 laps to go.
Good to see Leo Robertson's had a good race. He's made up 5 places. He's in the top 5, but he's just sitting behind the top 4. He can't make up ground. Oh, Bure Phillips ran wide going into Dan Weldon Complex, and he's lost a bit of ground to the top 3, so I think that might put him out of contention for this race win, but it's going to be ever so close. You can see how much time Miles Murphy makes up on the brakes into that final corner. This is going to be interesting. Now, if Lucas Enningham wants any chance of winning, he might have to make a move now. So he's had a look on Miles Murphy. He hasn't got it done just yet, but he jumps over the curbs. Now, this is going to be the perfect opportunity if he can get the straight line speed. He's just not there.
He's got to try and get up there. The last lap board staying in. They cross the line with 2 seconds to go on the clock. So next time round, we will see the last lap board. And this is where it all boils down to. 1 lap to go. Ellingham's starting to close up now. And this is where it all might hot up. The last lap board goes out for the leaders now. Phillips dropping behind a little bit. And just there in 5th place as well, Leo Robinson a bit further behind us. Down the inside goes Murphy, and Ellingham's going to get the inside here. Now, can he make that move stick? No, he doesn't. But it does mean that Miles Murphy takes the lead.
Now, I don't think Jake Weston will be happy about that one. That was a very late move from Miles Murphy, but he had to do it. It's the last lap of the race. He's got to get it done. And what a move from Miles Murphy. Now, we've got half a lap left, and I think Jake Weston's thinking now, I can't get this win. Let's just defend off this 2nd place. What a drive. It's been gone for a spin. Oh, but it's going to be Miles Murphy who wins in KZ. Jake Weston will come finish the 2nd, but such a shame for Lucas Enningham. Final corner, he just tapped the back. You can see how angry he is at that. He knows he made a mistake there. He tapped the back of that car of the driver who was 2nd going into the final corner, and it just put him into a spin. There wasn't much he could do after that. You're just a passenger in that moment. Well done to Bure Phillips, who rounds out